was Mia's first time babysitting for the Carlsons, a well-to-do family who had just moved into the neighborhood. Their house, a large old Victorian manor, was nestled at the end of a shadowy cul-de-sac, surrounded by tall, whispering pines. Eager to make a good impression and excited about the job, Mia arrived early, greeted by Mr. Carlson and his two energetic children, Sophie and Noah. The evening started pleasantly, with Mia helping the kids finish their homework and then playing board games to pass the time. After a dinner of macaroni and cheese, which Mia made to the kids' delight, it was bedtime for Sophie and Noah. She read them a story and tucked them in, assuring them she was just downstairs if they needed anything. Descending the stairs to the living room, Mia switched on a small lamp, casting a soft glow around the room. That's when she noticed something odd in the corner, a large, grotesque clown statue that seemed out of place in the tastefully decorated house. It was unsettling, with a frozen grin and eyes that seemed to follow her. Trying to dismiss her discomfort, she grabbed a book to read, but found her eyes repeatedly drawn to the disturbing figure. Feeling increasingly uneasy, Mia decided to check in with Mr. Carlson. Maybe it was just a peculiar piece of decor that she hadn't noticed when she first walked in. She found the family's landline and dialed Mr. Carlson's number, her fingers trembling slightly as she held the phone. "Hello, Mr. Carlson. It's Mia. Everything's fine here, but I wanted to ask about a clown statue in your living room. It's quite eerie. Is it okay if I move it or cover it up?" Mia tried to keep her voice steady. There was a pause on the other end before Mr. Carlson responded, his tone suddenly serious. "Mia, listen to me carefully. We don't have a clown statue." Mia's heart raced. She dropped the phone, her mind grappling with the implications of what Mr. Carlson had just said. She spun around to look at the corner where the statue had been standing. It was gone. Panic surged through Mia as she raced upstairs to the children's rooms. The house felt different now. Every shadow seemed darker, every noise more sinister. She burst into Sophie and Noah's room, locking the door behind her. "Mia, what's wrong?" Sophie's sleepy voice was tinged with fear. "We need to leave quickly," Mia whispered, trying to sound calm as she helped the children out of bed. "We gotta go now," Mia whispered urgently, her eyes darting to the window and back. "But why?" Noah's voice was filled with sleep and worry. Before Mia could answer, Sophie's eyes widened with realization, and she clutched her brother's hand. "Is it the clown again? The one from the garden? He comes at night sometimes, but he never moves. He just stands there watching us sleep." Noah nodded, his face pale in the dim light. "Yeah, he's not scary. He never moves or does anything." Mia's face filled with dread. They crept down the hallway, Mia's heart pounding in her chest. Every creak of the old wooden floorboards made her jump. They were almost to the front door when she heard it, a soft, shuffling sound coming from behind them. Turning slowly, Mia saw the clown at the end of the hallway. It was no statue. It was something much worse. The clown's face twisted into a horrifying grin as it started moving toward them, its movements jerky and unnatural. The twisted grin of the clown seemed to grow wider as it moved closer towards them, its footsteps uneven and heavy. Mia's breath caught in her throat, her instincts screaming at her to run. Later. By the time the Carlsons and the police officers reached the house, it was eerily silent. The front door stood ajar, the living room light casting a long shadow into the night. Inside, the phone was off the hook, its tone now just a soft buzz. Carlson rushed through the house, calling out for Mia and his children, his voice filled with dread. The police scoured the property, flashlights cutting through the darkness, but found no trace of Mia, Sophie, or Noah. The backyard was empty, the woods silent, but for the rustling of leaves. As dawn broke, the search continued, but the only evidence that remained was the back door hanging open and the lingering echo of the unanswered phone call. The Carlsons returned night after night, to an empty, hauntingly silent home, the mystery of what happened to the babysitter and their children unsolved to this day.